Welcome back to the R2F Sports channel. In this video, we'll be going over my Premier League predictions for Game Week 4. Let's get right into it. For the first game, we have Crystal Palace versus Tottenham Hotspurs. I think this will be a fairly interesting game to see if Spurs can maintain the perfect record. 3 games, 3 wins. But this will definitely be a challenge for them. They're going to be without Davinson Sanchez, Romero, who they just signed. Heung-min Son picked up a knock last game in their national break. Bergwijn's injured too. So they're missing some very key players. So we'll likely see some of Gill in this game. We'll definitely see Harry Kane, I assume, because he's back and ready to play for Spurs finally. So I think this should be a fairly interesting game. Of course, for Palace, they have a brilliant transfer window. We'll likely see Odsonne and Ward this game. Conor Gallagher's back. Great center back pairing. I think this will definitely go down as a fair game. I have this going as a 1-1 draw. On to our next game, we have Southampton versus West Ham. Southampton being the home team, I think that will give them a slight advantage, but I don't think that will get them the win over West Ham. I think West Ham will definitely come out dominant. Pablo Fornals scored a goal in the international break. I think that'll definitely help them continue his form into this game, as well as I think Ben Rama and Antonio will continue their pursuit of greatness into this game. I have West Ham winning this game 2-0. On the next match, we have Brentford versus Brighton. I think this could be a fairly interesting game. Brentford, very strong defensively, very similar to how Sheffield United played 2 years ago under Chris Wilder. So I think they'll have a similar strategy coming to this game, very counterattacking as they have been the first 3 games this season. Brighton, of course, the XG Kings. I think they'll definitely score a goal as well. Get past Brentford's defense maybe one of these times. They're very offensive, strong team. Lamptey might come back also, so that's definitely one to look out for fantasy teams. But I have this actually going as a 1-1 draw as well. For the next game, we have the biggest game of the week. We have Leicester City versus Manchester City. I think this will definitely go down as a big bout. Leicester City's actually won their last 2 matchups against Man City, so I think they're definitely something to look out for. Leicester City beat Man City 5-2 last season. And Leicester City also beat Man City in the English Cup game to start the year. So I think Leicester City could definitely be that team who can upset Man City this season. But I think Man City is just a little too dominant. Man City definitely a favorite coming into this game. So I have Man City winning this game 2-1. I expect Ferran Torres to do some more big things. For next game, we have another potentially exciting game, but it's more so in who we might be able to see. This might be Ronaldo's return to the Premier League game. So I think that will definitely be a game to look out for. If Ronaldo plays, I think he will score, but I'm not sure Ronaldo will play. So I'm definitely still expecting big things from Bruno Fernandes, especially because Newcastle's defense is kind of lackluster, not the best. So I expect Bruno Fernandes to definitely put some balls into the box for someone to score, whether it be Cavani or if Ronaldo comes in. On Newcastle's side, though, defense kind of weak. I think they can definitely get something going forward, maybe counterattack for a goal. But then again, Manchester United's defense looked really strong last week, keeping a clean sheet against Wolves. So I'm not too sure Newcastle will actually score in this game. And I think their defense will definitely struggle in this game. So I actually have Manchester United winning this game 4-0. For next game, we have the battle of the 2 bottom teams. We have Arsenal versus Norwich City. Now, this is going to be kind of an interesting game. Arsenal do appear as heavy favorites coming into this game, but that's not to knock Norwich, who have played some very strong opponents so far. So I think Norwich could potentially upset Arsenal for Arsenal's 4th time this season. But I think Arsenal will definitely get some points out of this game. I think Aubameyang and Lacazette, I think that combo is definitely too much for Norwich. Norwich, I'm sorry, but I don't know where you're getting points from this year. I think they're definitely continue to struggle. Last week, not too great either. So overall, I have Arsenal winning this game 2-0, but honestly, it could probably end as a draw. Up next, we have Watford versus Wolves, battle of the 2W teams. Uh, this game, Watford's attack, not the best. I think they're definitely their strong suits more so of that midfield and just getting the ball to the wings. Before I've commented on Ismail Assar and how they focus on giving him the ball too much. But for this game, I think they definitely need to get the ball to him more. This could definitely be a hard game for Watford as Wolves midfield and defense is super solid. So I think Wolves will definitely maintain possession for the most part. I think they'll be on the attack for the most part. So I have Wolves win this game 1-0. And I think the goal scorer could probably be Jimenez in his first goal back for the team. Our final game of Saturday, we have Chelsea versus Aston Villa. Chelsea come into this game as heavy favorites. I'm not entirely sure if Reece James is clear to play after that red card in the last game, but that defensive performance that Chelsea had last week against Liverpool was absolutely brilliant, not allowing a single goal after that penalty that they conceded. So I think they'll definitely come into this game ready to win. Sorry, Villa, but I'm not sure you're going to be too much of a fight in this game. I think you will get a consolation goal, whether it be very early in the game or very late into the game. I'm not sure which, but I think Chelsea are more so mop up the field with this. Ings will probably score for Villa, but for Chelsea, Lukaku likely a hat trick. So I have them winning 3-1. For the only game of Sunday, we have Leeds United versus Liverpool. Liverpool, pretty big favorites coming into this game because the Leeds only have 1 point so far in the season, and it came off a very weird game against Burnley. The two sides definitely didn't look too into the game. So I think Leeds will come into this home game, kind of struggle a little, especially because it's against Liverpool, who have arguably one of the best teams in the Premier League. I think people should definitely look at bringing in Trent or Van Dijk into their team. I think you definitely need a Liverpool asset in defense in your fantasy team. Liverpool's attack wise, though, I don't think Salah played in the international break just because Liverpool didn't want him leaving. So I think Liverpool end up coming through. I think Salah, seems to take a game off every other game. I think he'll definitely have his on game this week, and I think he will score against Leeds, putting them up 2-0 in this game. For our final game of this week, on Monday, we have Everton versus Burnley. Everton, I feel like, are definitely heavy favorites in this. The website I'm using saying that Everton have a 54% chance of winning this game alone. So I think that's pretty big for a team that's not considered one of those top four teams in the league. Burnley, I'm not too sure about them this year. I think they're definitely should be top four favorites in going down unless bar a miracle happen and they just all of a sudden start scoring and getting points. I think Cornet is a really good signing for them. I think he definitely have some impact on getting them forward, maybe score some more goals. I'm not sure it's enough so that they will overcome Everton in this game. So I think Everton will definitely be the more dominant side in this. Of course, Everton's defense is not the strongest. So I have Everton actually win this game 2-1 with Dominic Calvert-Lewin scoring one of the goals. Those have been my Premier League predictions for Game Week 4. As always, make sure you sub to the channel for more content. I try to put out 2 videos a week. Also like the video as well. It helps get my name out there. And as always, see you guys next time.